Okay, so it is day 16 of vlogging, and another YouTuber friend just did this topic on his, and I'm going to cover the topic of internet scammers. Spammers, scammers, whatever you want to call them. They're all over social media, and they can do real damage to you. Nothing has happened to me. Um, just because they're so ridiculous. I cannot imagine falling for it, but I suppose where you're at in life, how good they are at what they do, and they're scamming and everything, they can really get to people. So, as he mentioned, there are people, and you get this a lot. There are people, and you could watch the way they talk too, and this is a good way to know. Watch the way they speak, or how they type. If they use the word am a lot instead of I am, that kind of tells you they may not actually speak English. I know some Americans do, depending on the sentence and everything else, but if they keep saying, um, how is it? Some of it's just such bad English I can't even remember. They use the word am a lot, like, uh, and they'll try to be from English speaking country. Maybe not always the United States, but sometimes they'll pick a place like England or something that's predominantly English speaking. So they'll be from am so and so, am from USA or UK or whatever, and you know it yeah, it's just really bad. And the thing about it, their English is just so bad, and then they don't match up correct cities to states. One told me that he was from Chicago, Texas, and crap like that. No, no, you're not, because I'm from Chicago, and that's not where it's at. Um, your English is horrible. I mean, we have different types of slang here, like any place else, and you, you know, and that's not what that is. You just have poor English. I mean, if you're gonna scam somebody, at least just do it from your original country. Okay? Like, there are people that will, like, they'll say, I want to get on a plane and be with you or marry you, and they won't pretend to be from the U.S. They'll be from Algeria or wherever. So those people don't lie on that part. But they'll also claim to be something. They'll claim to be either really poor and then they need money, or that they have money and they want to give it to you. And this is what he was talking about in his video. Um, they'll ask for your bank account number, or your card numbers, or anything that links to basically your money, your bank account, whatever. They say that they want to give you money, and that's all they need. And I'll repeat what he said: do not do it, because you don't know these people. These people will scam you and they'll take all your money out. They're not going to give you money, because these people are thousands or millions, whatever, miles away, and you will probably never catch them. You might, I don't know, but I'm assuming it'll be very difficult. Um, but yeah, I've ran into a lot of scammers, and some are not always right away, straight up money and everything. A lot, I think, want to get into the country and shit like that. So they'll tell you about how they like the way you look and everything, and they'll be really persistent on it, especially if you say, well, I'm changing this and I don't like this, and especially when I tell people that, well, I'm interested in you and I just don't date and everything, or, I have this person. I've heard it all from people and myself. And when they don't get the way they want, they become very belligerent and start calling you names and everything else. Um, yeah, so those are people to watch out for. Like I said, watch how they speak, especially if they speak in very poor, or bad English. And I'm not talking about just like, poor grammar or slang or whatever else, even a typical American would use. I'm saying where you can see in their writing, or even if you talk to them here, or I suppose if you talk to them, you would hear an accent probably because people talk differently. But there are some that claim that they've lived in the U.S. for a while, and that's total bullcrap. Yeah, if you watch the way they type, and you can tell that English is not their first language, beware, especially if they tell you that they grew up here, because obviously they're a freaking liar. Um, if they tell you how beautiful you are and this and that, and they use the word dear a lot and baby and all that, and try to like really be sweet and everything, yeah, those are kind of warning signs, because when you don't give them what they want, they become, like I said, they become very, very mean, very belligerent, all that other stuff, very just immature and rude. Basically because they're not getting to scam you. They're not gonna get their way into being, a citizen here, because they're not gonna hop on a plane, get to marry you and crap. They're not getting your bank account number. And some are just looking for hookups and shit like that, which gets really gross. So, yeah, that's, like I said, just be aware of how people word things, the certain words they use a lot. Um, if they don't know singular and like plural things, even little things down to, if they call themselves 25-year, um, like I'm 25-year-old instead of years old, and they'll refer to themselves as boy instead of man or guy even, and stuff like that. Stuff that tells you they didn't grow up here, or they haven't been here for a while. There's just so much clues in the way they talk. That's not just them being lazy, it's that they don't know the language. So it's pretty easy to tell if you just really pay attention. So yeah, be careful who you talk to online. Um, I mean, I'm on a pen pal site, just don't like shut people out, but don't give away stuff like your address right away. I mean, I know people do snail mail like I do, but talk to people for a while. If they're persistent on things, don't give them any information. Definitely don't give them any bank account information, any crap like that. So, yeah. So that is my vlog for this morning on scammers. So enjoy the internet, people, and be safe.